Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. Just wanted to touch base with you right quick. We are currently working diligently, continuing to get supplies up into the mountains. I hope you've been able and had a chance to view the videos that have been on the channel since last Saturday. Those are the videos that we shot on the last run around the relief centers so that you could see exactly where your donations are going, and the relief centers that we're serving out of the Bethel Wesleyan Church up there in Flat Rock. You know, Bethel is the main hub up there, and these relief centers depend heavily on the Bethel Wesleyan Church to supply them with the necessary things that they need, and the most consistent deliveries as possible. They try to get up in there at least twice a week to be able to bring whatever's needed. And right now, the hot item is propane, and that's what we're mainly taking up in there. We are continuing to take heaters and such as that up there, blankets and sleeping bags and essentials like diapers, the sanitation wipes, things like that, toilet paper, those sort of things are continuing to go up in there. But the big hot thing right now is diapers. But I just wanted to give you a quick rundown of the number of locations that the Bethel Church is serving. Of course, they are also serving their local community there, where people can come into the Bethel Church and get things that they need, those people that were flooded out and stuff, and receive help from that location. But they also are helping to serve the Cotton Patch Volunteer Relief Camp down in Ellenboro. That's one location that they're supplying, that's helping run stuff up into the mountains, especially the areas nearest to them, like Lake Lure and Chimney Rock. And we're also supplying Bald Creek. You may have seen the interview on the previous videos with Katie there at Bald Creek. We're also supplying the Rising Light Relief Center, and this is Alyssa, the lady that does the cooking of the meals, about 450 of them for the elderly and the disabled out of her home. We're also there in Green Mountain, Zion Baptist Church. They have a relief center there in their fellowship hall, and we're heavily supplying those folks as well. You're also looking at along the Toe River, a location called Whitson's Store. It's a relief center, and we're supplying them folks with feed and propane and heaters and whatever they might need as well. And then you've got the location up in Red Hill, the relief center up there. You'll be seeing that interview with Colton coming up in a day or so. It's ready to go. We just got to get it uploaded. You'll see that one. You'll also see on the Appalachian Navy channel, Brother Bud. He's got a video up there at B-Log, where we're coordinating with Chrissy up there, who's the director there at the relief center, of getting the toys brought up from the volunteer relief camp down in Ellenboro. The fellows from Pennsylvania took a lot of toys with them as they went down there to help volunteer and work, and they brought toys up to B-Log when we discovered that there was kids up there needing toys for Christmas. So they made a quick load up of the toys and brought them up there. We've also supplied heaters and stuff to the Upcountry Clinic there in Newland, and this was a project that Appalachia Homestead, Patera, got a Mayday for heaters for that location, and we participated in supplying that, and we're on the call list in case they need anything else in that location. We've also got another small relief center there in Newland that we're also helping, and that way if push comes to shove, if they need something at the clinic, the other little location there can run over some emergency supplies if need be. And then we're also serving Canton, the Canton Wesleyan Church up there. We're still continuing to supply the Canton Church as well. as the last relief center that we're doing. And so those 9 stations that we're helping out is the way that the Bethel Church is playing into this. Now, to supply the Bethel Church, you've got about 21 other churches that are helping supply any emergency needs up to the Bethel Church. All we've got to do is put the plea out, and those churches respond, and we get food or whatever we need and make a run to the mountains. But right now, Brother Tim is full. We've been very blessed and been able to obtain what he needs to supply all of those 9 different relief stations. And so stuff has come in. It's done real well. And he's able to use what he has to continually stock these locations. So we just wanted to let you know where all the stuff was going. And the videos are online there if you want to go back and check those out. And you can see myself and Brother Bud, as we were up in the mountains Saturday. We made videos of the different locations and interviewed a few people. So if you'll check the Appalachian Navy channel and this channel, you'll see all the videos of where all we went last Saturday, and made some key deliveries up in those areas. Now, why am I telling you this? The reason I'm telling you this is we got a call. What was it, a day or 2 ago, and warned us about Camp Rosebud. You may have seen and heard that already. The Camp Rosebud down in somewhere in Rutherford County. It's about 25 or 30 minutes, I believe, from the Cotton Patch Volunteer Relief Camp. We don't want to get those two confused. The Rosebud Camp was the one that John, the Appalachian channel, was helping, and he got to being getting a little suspicious, and he started checking around, and he contacted us about it, and we didn't know anything about her. He just said things wasn't looking right, and the money that was coming in wasn't being placed where the needs were, and he got suspicious. And after further checking and things, he let me know that not to send anything there. We had given 25 heaters to that camp to keep those folks that was there warm, because we had a bunch of low temperature nights coming, and we carried I believe it was about 25 heaters down there to provide warmth for the folks that was there. And we know that some of those heaters went out to folks that had came in to get food and stuff that evening. And now the rest of them were supposed to be there for the, the volunteers to have heat in those tents and things like that, and to also help anybody that came in. So that was the only load we had taken down there, thank goodness. And but John, he contacted us and said the flag was up, and we needed to hold off on bringing anything. And then he wound up discovering some stuff, and that place is a scam. So just whatever you do, if you hear anything on Camp Rosebud, don't send any donations there. Make sure you're funneling this stuff, folks, through a church or somebody that's a legalized or a recognized non-profit. To my knowledge, Camp Rosebud did not have a non-profit status. Was supposedly working on it, I think, but did not have that. And then come to find out, in 2006, there was an article in the Herald Times. I'm going to attach that to this video so you folks can see that back in 2006, there was a similar scam by the same person in Florida, and they were on point on trying to determine what was going on there, and I believe that individual may have fled there and went to Camp Rosebud. So that's why we wanted to let you know where your funds and donations are going. They're safe here. You don't have to worry about it. The Midway Church Their main goal, once they've got the disaster relief goods there, they've been sending up emergency funds for different things. For instance, just last week, they had to send up money for chainsaws and stuff, and was able to buy those out of North Wilkesboro at a real good discount. And so we sent 10 chainsaws up there. And then just this morning, they sent up another good sized check to Bethel to help pay for propane. The bill was way higher than expected, and we haven't got to winter yet, folks. So we're trying to help the Bethel Church absorb the cost of the propane. These are the refills for these folks. These 20-pound tanks are only lasting about 4 nights, and that's with one heater. As cold as it's been, the Midway Church also participated in purchasing additional heaters, because with it being so cold, some families needed more than one heater. And these 9,000 BTU units, they'll heat about 300 square feet. And if you got a whole family in a room, even with blankets hanging down off the door casings, if they're still in their house, it's taking 2 heaters to keep the temperatures out of the 30s and up into the 40s or 50s in that room. If you're in a tent, you can only imagine how cold it is at night, with those temperatures getting down into the single digits one night and several nights in the mid-teens. So the Midway Church sent a lot of money up just this morning to help pay for propane for the rest of this month and part of next month. Also, Project Santa is in full swing. I can give you a quick report about Project Santa. Spoke with Pastor Tim this morning, and the original thought of about 40 to 45 kids has now increased to a number of 75. But the good news is the project was so well funded by you folks, was able to absorb those 75, those additional kids, the additional 30, 35, and be able to take care of them. And Pastor Tim also told me that there was also some kids in Canton, up that area, that they had vetted and was going to be able to help those kids as well. So we appreciate y'all fully funding the Project Santa. And we have identified some other kids in 2 other locations. We're still waiting to get contacted back from those 2 locations. One of them can't receive deliveries, and we know that for sure. I think the only thing they can get is some post office deliveries. No other company is dropping in there, so that would eliminate any Amazon deliveries. So we're trying to find out more about that, some more about the kids and stuff. That particular location was one of the locations where the guys from Pennsylvania carried the toys up last weekend to the B-Log Center, Relief Center, and to help compensate what we had known about. And there was 33 of the Samaritan's Purse shoeboxes went in for that one that another church had donated. And then when we got there, we found out about the additional kids, and that's when we made the call to the Cotton Patch Camp, and they jumped on it and took toys up there. Now, the other location that we're looking at, we're still waiting to be contacted back on that one. And as soon as we hear something, we'll let you know. We do have blue jeans and stuff that we are going to be dispersing to those locations that Project Santa has sent in. They're all kids' blue jeans. So we're definitely going to make sure that those kids will have blue jeans as well as the ones in Canton and the additional kids that was located out of the Henderson County area. So we're looking good on Project Santa. So we just wanted to let you know about that. Now, as far as the helping hands goes, we were able to disperse checks to each family so that they could begin their rebuilding part of it. Some of them were needing to buy flooring and appliances and furniture and things on the houses that was flooded out. The other one is going to be money will go toward and help with the demolition of his structure and regrading. And we're hoping in another week or two to be able to disperse out more money to these families as more funds and stuff come in from you folks. And we sure appreciate. I got a number of calls today, and a number of emails of people wanting to help. Got a call from a church out of Florida today, wanting to know how to help, and talked to another fella out of Florida today that was wanting to help, and numerous emails and comments on the channel as well. And if myself or Bud don't get back to you real quick, don't take it personal or anything. It's the fact that we're getting so many calls, so many texts, and so many emails, we can't hardly get to them. I was just returning information today that I had received on December the 4th, if that tells you anything. And I think today is the 12th or the 13th. So I'm about 10 days behind just on my email catching up. And I'm trying to keep up and keep my voicemail open, but a lot of times that one fills up too. But we just wanted to let you know where all your donations were going so you didn't feel uncomfortable. And you can go back, like I said, you can see all your stuff where it went this past weekend with Bud and myself. And we had several volunteers with us that went, and we enjoyed that time. We met some new friends and things that we hadn't met before that had come in to help. And so you can see those videos with talking with some of those guys and stuff in the last 7-8 days of posting. But I appreciate you joining me here this evening. It's a little lengthy video, but I thought that needed to be out because the Appalachian channel had run into this deal over at Camp Rosebud, and we wanted to let the viewers on this channel know that if you're not following his channel and you're just following this one, and you hear anything on Rosebud, don't send anything there. John advised people that if they had mailed a check or anything, that there had been a new checking account opened up for Camp Rosebud, so it was a good possibility you could still put stop payment on your check. Now, as far as any donations go down there, I don't know anything about that. I've never been to that location. I don't know where it's at, but I do know that our organization did send in 25 heaters to that spot, and a big chunk of them left with people that was coming in getting food and things the day of. But there might have been 8 or 10 that we don't know anything about. And we're hoping that those were gotten and they wasn't scammed into whatever that is they doing over there. And but they ain't got to worry about anybody giving them any more support because the word's out now all over the place about it. But the Lord will deal with those that are taken from the needy. I can assure you of that. And I wouldn't want to be standing close to them on Judgment Day. Amen. But I appreciate you joining me this evening. We wanted to go over that right quick, make sure that everybody was knowing what was going on and how things was running and where it was going. Because we want to be as transparent as possible. I encourage you to go on the Central Global Methodist website there. They got the web pages up now where you can go in and read about what the Central Global Church is doing and what phases and how things worked out from the beginning of the project all the way to current right now. I think the only update they need to go is from the remark in there about helping 5 families is up to 7 now. And so that number's increasing, and I'm sure there's going to be some more that we're going to be trying to help. And we can't help everybody, but we can help some, and these are the ones that are needing help that the insurance has failed them, and they're not going to qualify for any government assistance. So the only people that's going to be able to help them is the church. And you folks out there on the social media that's tuned in, that's been watching and following us from day one. And we appreciate all your support and everything that you've done. We appreciate all the prayers that you've sent up for us. I can tell you that everybody's tired, and especially the crew out of Bethel. The Bethel congregation has got to be exhausted. They've been at it 10 hours a day, every day, and running stuff here and there all over the mountains to keep these people alive. And they're continuing to go strong at it. And but everybody's tired, but we're going to keep it rolling. Everybody's in it for the long haul, and we appreciate y'all staying with us, and we appreciate all the support. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a blessed evening.